Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a little first trimester update. I feel like I did these with my last pregnancy too, but this is it feels very different from my first one. So I figured I'd do them again here and kind of give you like how I've been feeling the first trimester, things that I found that help with these symptoms and stuff and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't have a ton for the first trimester because for me, it was a lot of the same usual stuff, and a lot of the same stuff that worked last time worked this time. So let's start with the things that is definitely harder this time around, and that is having a toddler while being pregnant. I feel just as tired as I did last pregnancy in my first trimester. However, it's so much harder to get rest when you're chasing around a toddler. I feel like with my first one, like I took time off on my channel just like I did here, but because I wasn't chasing a toddler around, I could kind of like rest as much as I wanted and do as little or as much as I wanted to. But because I am the primary caregiver to a toddler, it's a lot harder to find that time to rest. Now I will say I'm lucky. My toddler still takes a nap, so I had a solid 2 hour and a half, 2 hour window in the middle of the afternoon that I could take a nap if I wanted to. I think the other thing that also helps is, again, we're very lucky. My husband works from home full time. So if he was able to like take him for a little bit or have him watch a little bit of Miss Rachel, we're not big on screen time, but every once in a while we let him have a little bit of Miss Rachel just to like let me get some rest. Super helpful. Like if he wasn't in a meeting and he could kind of watch him for a little bit and I could get some rest, super, super helpful. The other thing I did is I got into comfortable places while he was playing or we were reading books. So like if he wanted to read some books, I would like lay on the ground with him and read books, or in my bed while we read books, or let him play around me while I'm laying on the ground. I found other ways to kind of like get that rest and relaxation while also taking care of my toddler. But I will say it is a lot harder the second time around if you have an older child, or not an older child. David's like 2.5, so he is definitely toddler mode. So I definitely found that harder this time around. But like I said, I feel just as tired as I did last time. It just is hard to get that rest. The other thing that was I feel a little bit worse, again, because I think I have a toddler and I couldn't rest, was the nausea and like the morning sickness feeling. I think last time, again, I was able to rest, so some of that wasn't quite as bad, but trying to handle the toddler while you're not feeling great is never fun, and that just like makes it worse. I feel like I was sicker a little bit longer this time as well. I feel like with David, I was only sick like 2, maybe 3 weeks, and this time it was definitely like a solid month and a half to almost 2 months of feeling nauseous and gross and sick constantly. So that was not fun. I will say the things that kind of helped me is small meals frequently, instead of a lot of like big meals throughout the day. I ate a ton of snacks throughout the day. I really wouldn't have like a full meal. I just have like a lot of snacks throughout the day, and that seemed to help a lot. Definitely like when I first wake up, eating a little something. And then, like I said, just like little tiny snacks throughout the day. Definitely not overeating, because that would make me feel way worse. So whatever my stomach could tolerate, whatever I was feeling, I'd have a little bit of that throughout the day. And that's really helped. Something I did with David, and I also did this time, was sour candy. And that seems to help a lot too, especially for like the nausea symptoms. I don't know what it is about that. It's something about like, it diverts your brain from thinking about the nausea or something. I don't know exactly the science behind it, but the sour candies do help. I liked like the sour, like ribbon things or whatever they are. You could get whatever you want depending on how sour you like. But for me, sour candies did help with that. I also found that really cold water really helped. Like I was carrying around my big water bottles constantly, but they had to be ice cold. If they weren't ice cold, it didn't help. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if that was just like a weird pregnancy craving sort of situation or what, but cold water seemed to help me too. And honestly, it still needs to be ice cold. The other thing that was kind of weird my first trimester is I wanted anything salty. I still do. Anything salty. And I know that's like an old wives' tale saying you're gonna have a boy, which I am, but anything salty, especially pickles, because it like hit both the things. They were super cold and they're salty. Nothing like weird, no weird combinations, just like salty craving, like literally anything salty. Like I had a BLT one day and that was the most delicious thing I've eaten in my whole life. Nothing crazy on it, just a regular old BLT, but it was so salty, it was so good. So that was definitely what I've been craving. The other thing I tried to do in my first trimester was get a little bit of a workout in. I definitely tried to take as many walks as I could. We tend to go on a walk every day with our dog anyway. And I felt like that really helped. Moving my body, getting up and moving made me feel better, as opposed to the days where I was just like sitting on the couch doing nothing. I felt worse those days. So definitely getting up and doing something. And the days that I felt really good, I would try to get a full workout in. I actually found this app that I want to share with you guys called Plus One. I love it. It's a pregnancy specific, well, if you're trying to conceive, pregnancy, and after you have the baby, it's kind of like a workout app for all those stages of life. It was made by one of my favorite fitness YouTubers, Meg Squats. I believe she is a prenatal certified trainer, but she also has like doctors and pelvic floor specialists and stuff worked on the app with her. So you can feel really good about doing it and know that it's all like safe. And there's all sorts of modifications and all sorts of, it's an awesome app. I'll try to grab a screen grab next time I use it and put it in here, but I love it. It's a great workout app if you like don't know what to do while you're pregnant. It's a great one. I am a pretty experienced lifter, but still like I don't know much about lifting in pregnancy. So for me, that was a great resource and I'm so excited to keep using it. It is a subscription, so you do have to pay for it monthly, but it's only $19 a month. And for me, that's like perfect. Like that's fine. I'm going to use it up until the end of my pregnancy. So I am willing to pay that price. And I've been really enjoying it so far. So it's great. That's all. Oh, the other thing that happened again in my first trimester is I got pregnancy acne. I still have a little bit of it. It's not too much. With David, it went away in my second and third trimester. I didn't have any acne after that. And the things that helped me last time and also helped me this time are 3 different products. First of all, azelaic acid, which I've been using since I was pregnant with David. I'm still using it. It still works great. I love it. It's pregnancy safe, obviously, and it is a great acne product. It kind of helps with the redness and inflammation and all that stuff. So I love it. The other thing that works great for pregnancy acne is sulfur. I have a sulfur mask that I love. It is great. I'm obsessed with the sulfur mask. I do it like a couple times a week and it really just helps with all that redness and pimples and all that stuff. It's an underrated pregnancy or underrated acne product in general. So if you haven't tried sulfur for your pregnancy acne, it's a great product. And the last thing that I have found that works really well is a glycolic acid toner. I know there's some like stuff out there about using exfoliators while you're pregnant. For everything I've read is glycolic acid is perfectly safe. So I use it a couple nights a week with my azelaic acid, and together those two, so good. So I'm obsessed with those. That's kind of what's been helping my pregnancy acne. So yeah, those are the 3 things I recommend if you have some pregnancy acne. Just try that. I know you can also talk to like your dermatologist or OBGYN, and they can like prescribe some stuff too that are pregnancy safe, but that's what works for me over the counter. So there you go. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for updates. Like I said, for first trimester, it was very similar to my first trimester with David. It's just harder with a toddler. So yeah, don't expect it to be exactly the same your second time around. It's definitely harder if you have an older kid that is still at home and you're still a primary caregiver. It's definitely harder, but it's over. I made it through. Glad to be in my second trimester. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. If you're interested in seeing a second trimester update, let me know. I would be happy to give you updates along the way. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little update. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you join our little adventure family here. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I'll see you next adventure. Bye.